So, what do you do when you want to buy two devices in one, but you don't want it to be good at either one of those things? The answer is you go on AliExpress and spend 26 bucks. Not gonna lie, this looked pretty cool from the pictures, right? It's a smartwatch with earbuds built into it. So the screen like folds up and the earbuds are inside. So you always have your earbuds on you because you're wearing your watch. But I'm not wearing that watch right now, so let that speak for the quality of the watch and how great it is. We got the black one, and there's nothing really much going on the box. So, here is the watch itself. And before we get a real close look at the device, let's just look at the box super quick. You know, we're going to have a peek at the manual, right? Because there's going to be some good stuff in there. So here's where the thing came from, and then here's the manual. So the English is thankfully hilarious, but not quite so, because sometimes, well, you figure most of it out on your own. I did figure out like to download this app called Hey Link that helps your phone communicate with the watch. And well, let me tell you, I'm glad I'm done having to mess with that app, because that app totally drained my phone's battery, right? That thing was a battery hog, and I don't know why, but it definitely was. Who knows what it was collecting. That just talks through pairing the Bluetooth. You can even pair up NFC cards, like name tags, ID badges, stuff like that. And apparently the watch can emulate those. Can my watch do that? I never tried that. Oh, well, I don't have anything to test it with anyway, so it won't work. My favorite part here is the FAQs, right? The Bluetooth cannot be connected. Please restart the watch and connect again. Please restart the phone Bluetooth and connect again. Do not connect your phone to other Bluetooth devices. Bluetooth. That's what your grandma calls it when she doesn't know what it is. Like, oh, I saw the wireless headset you get for your phone. What's it? The Bluetooth? Like, come on. That's what your grandma says. So anyway, that's the box itself. That's the manual. If you didn't get a good look at the text and the funny words, go ahead and pause to your heart's content. There's some pretty good stuff in here. It's pretty good. So with that out of the way, let's look at the watch itself. So, first impressions, ready? Not that bad. I'm not making a joke here. It's actually really not that bad. The build quality feels all right. It's plastic, right? But it doesn't feel like plastic that's going to give under the slightest breath or squeeze or anything. It actually feels like it can go a little bit. It did come with a screen protector built already installed on it. I had to reinstall it because it was a huge bubble because it wasn't put on properly. And I thought I got off all the smudges, but well. So yeah, like I said, the build quality isn't too bad. Even when you fold up the screen to reveal the earbuds, that still looks kind of cool, I'm not going to lie. So between the cool look and the build quality, that's where the compliments end. We're done complimenting it. Everything else from here on out, we're going to be crap talking this thing because it deserves it. So, and you might be thinking, oh, it was only 26 bucks, but I'll get into how I feel about the pricing and stuff. Anywho, yes, so here's the earbuds. They very much look like a pair of AirPods. They are a lot lighter than a pair of AirPods, and they definitely feel hollow. I know, look, I know you don't want earbuds to be heavy in your ears, right? They're going to make your ears sore and they'll probably fall out. But these, they don't feel they don't feel light for a good reason, you know what I mean? You can buy a good pair of Samsung earbuds and think, oh, these are lightweight. These are really high quality. You can feel it. These are like, oh, these are lightweight. Is there not a battery installed? Is there something wrong with it? Ew. But they feel all right. The plastic doesn't feel cheap. It just makes you wish it was more substantial. The earbuds do have touch controls on the outside, like regular AirPods and most Bluetooth do. You touch on the side and it triggers a thing. Oh boy, the touch. Yeah, you can't turn it off, and you're going to want to turn it off. The touch functionality to, pause music, change the volume. Oh, the volume. Okay. So to change volume, you have to hold down on one of the touches, right? Like, one is volume down, one is volume up. You got to hold it. Well, the earbuds really like to play this game where they like to pretend that you're pressing on them, right? Like you have them in your ears, you're just minding your own business, and all of a sudden you see your volume on your device is changing on its own. It's going up on its own or it's going down on its own. Anytime you try to change it back to where you had it, the volume bar just goes down or goes up on its own again. So it's constantly sending volume change inputs to whatever device you're using. So the volume's never going to be where you want it to be. It'll either be maximum all the time or 0. Enjoy it. And you can't turn that off. I've looked around. I've looked in the app. The app is very bare bones. The manual doesn't say anything about turning the touch off. So the touch in these is always on, and it's always going to be terrible. Sound quality, not that bad. Again, that was maybe a little bit of a surprise. They don't sound like $200 Samsung Galaxy earbuds or anything like that. But I guess they get the job done. They don't sound too terrible. The bass is almost non-existent, and the treble's maybe a little too high, but it's passable. If you're just listening to something where people are talking, it's all right. Now, I can only imagine what the battery life is for a device like this, because I didn't put them in correctly. While I correct them, let me go ahead and continue talking. So yes, the battery life. I didn't really get to test it fully, like a full day's use. I tried to use this thing for a full day. I honestly did. I used it for about an afternoon. But I'm going to get into all the reasons why that just didn't work out. So, again, let me get back to my rant that I started, I think, twice now. I'm not going to test the battery life because it screwed up the battery life on my phone so bad, like I mentioned earlier, that I just didn't want to use it for a whole day. I needed to charge my phone, man. And the notifications are either too much or... No, the notifications are simultaneously too much and too little. What do I mean by that? There are apps on your phone that this will just not receive notifications for. In the Hey Link app on your phone, you can tell it different notifications. Like, you could tell it to give you Facebook notifications. You could tell it to give you WhatsApp notifications. And there's like 3 other apps to choose from. That's about it. Any app that's not in that list tends to be a hit or a miss, so you're going to miss notifications. Now, in terms of simultaneously getting too many notifications, this seems to like to tell me whenever my network connection has been disconnected. And by that I mean, like, if I'm hopping from one cell phone tower to another, you know, your IP address might temporarily change for a sec or something. This thing freaks out every time and counts it as the network being lost, so it gives you a notification for that. And then when it's reconnected, in about a second or two, to the internet, you'll get another notification that says it's reconnected. Why? I'm not getting those notifications on my phone, so why am I getting them on here? I obviously don't need that every time. And it happens if you're walking back to different Wi-Fi networks. The cat just said hi. That was him jumping up on the... Do you see that? There was a slight Sammy cameo on the very top left corner. Rewind if you missed it. So, yeah, there's that. Simultaneously, too many and too little notifications. Now, how does it compare physically to a real Android watch? It's definitely thicker. He's a chunkster. Well, I mean, he's got your earbuds in it. But when you put it on your wrist, it doesn't feel that much different than like a first-generation Apple Watch. And we all got used to those eventually, right? Well, I never had an Apple Watch. But, you know, I'm familiar enough with them. Let me scoot the camera because we're almost going off the table. There we go. So, we've talked a lot about how much this watch is terrible. I'm looking at the counter right now. We are about 9 minutes in. No, about 8 minutes. And here is the watch's display itself. The time and date are not correct because every time the battery dies in the watch, which is after about like 4 days of standby, actually that's not too bad considering it's keeping these topped up, which you can hear it vibrate every time you open the lid. And it plays this little animation, which is kind of cute, right? Like, oh, you can take your earbuds out now and then earphones into watch. Oh, now you call it a watch. The manual calls this a warehouse. It mentions like putting the earbuds back in the warehouse to charge. It's weird. So yeah, standby time is about 4 days. I don't know. I'm trying to think of... Again, it just doesn't matter. It's not good as a watch, and it's not good as earbuds. So what does it matter, right? Let's look at the menu here. Oh, this is like the quick access here. NFC, vibrate, flashlight. Oh, okay. Epilepsy warning. Do you need a red light? I don't know. Let's get out of there. Tells you the battery status of the earbuds. No other watch face that I noticed seems to list the charge statuses for the earbuds as well as the watches. A lot of them will just show the watch's battery. Actually, is this even... How do I know how much battery the watch has? This only shows the earbuds. Oh, geez. Don't expect people to make custom watch faces for this either. Clock, what's the difference between clock and digital? All right, that's clock. That's, oh, a stopwatch. Got it. Sleep, it monitors your sleep and probably reports back to whatever third-party servers Hey-Link is associated with. Weather, walking activity, alarm, all your basic stuff, and heart rate. Apparently, this thing can also do your blood pressure, like that one other cheap smartwatch we looked at a few months ago. I don't understand how this can get your blood pressure. Doesn't a blood pressure machine need to, constrict your blood vessels to, get a reading and then, physically constrict, with the air pump? So I don't know how these cheap watches do it. I think my guess is they just guess a number and just put it on the screen. I mean, who's going to know, right? Who would honestly know? One of those breathe reminder things, blood oxygen sensor again. That might not even work for all we know. They could just be trolling us the whole time. There's the blood pressure. Game center. Yes, this did have a... Oh, this watch Bluetooth. The watch Bluetooth is not turned on. Please turn on Bluetooth to connect. What? Okay, I thought it was on. Let's try it. Let's see. Okay, it is clearly on. Let me look at my phone. Let me do this, right? I'm looking at the Hey-Link app right now. I'm waiting for the app to say it's connected. Oop, did I just feel a vibrate? No, you know what it is? It's the band on here. When the band pivots, the rubber rubs on the plastic, and it actually feels like the watch is vibrating, but it's not. Device. Okay, so the app is definitely connected to the watch right now. I just looked on my phone. Oops. I just looked on my phone. It is no doubt connected. Here we go. Game Center. Hey, it worked now. Okay. I think we're definitely going to have to start with Merit Wooden Fish. Or maybe we won't. Oh, no, we will. Okay. What the hell? I forgot about this. I don't know what this is. Is this supposed to be like a fidget gadget type thing? Like you could just keep clicking the thing? Like cookie clicker? I really, honestly have no idea. The more I look at that, the more I get confused. Avoid. Yeah, we should be. Maximum 3. Oh, it's a very slow Flappy Bird clone. I mean, look at this. I think this is easier than Flappy Bird. The controls are way more precise. If you get the tapping right, you can really fly a straight line. And then nothing matters. What else we got? Whack-a-mole. Oh, yeah, I remember this. This is very self-explanatory. There's no sound feedback or vibrate feedback. You just gotta, take their word for it that you hit the gopher or the mole or whatever it is. Aircraft battle. This one was a very, very weird one. Look at those jittery bullets. It looks like something on a Game & Watch. Eventually ships do show up, but you have to stay out of the way to see them because it's too easy for you. Look at all the bullets you get, and look at how slow they fly. Just come over here, boom, boom. You can't lose. Just keep going back and forth like this. You'll never lose. At least the touchscreen's responsive. Let's give it that, Oh, that's it. Good. Map, camera. Yeah, you could use it as a remote camera shutter. Calculator. Let's divide by 0 on this thing. Wait, I gotta look through the... Not viewfinder. It says 0. 5 divided by 0 equals... Yeah, it just gives you 0. Well, that was uneventful. Address list, yeah, I could show your contacts, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. That's really... Is that really all I can say about it? I mean, you have... Alright. I don't understand why these AliExpress or Temu devices are cherished so much, because people will tell you oh, but it was only $26. What do you expect? Well, okay. This is why you shouldn't buy these things at all, because that's $26 down the toilet. You have a two-in-one device, which isn't good at either one of those two things. You're out $26. Yeah, a real smartwatch is gonna run you... I don't know, what's a Fitbit start at? $100? Yeah, but at least that's a real smartwatch. You're going to get all your notifications. You're going to probably not have to deal with debilitating battery draining issues. Maybe there's a reason why we haven't seen earbuds in a watch besides this device. Is it just that they haven't perfected it yet? Because I'm pretty sure it's yes. Well, all right, look. This could probably work if you had touch controls on the earbuds that actually worked properly. Maybe sounded a little better, but you know what? The sound quality, I could let that slide. You know, that's fine. I'm not going to lie, that's still cool. And it really doesn't feel that flimsy. It's a solid hinge with a solid snap. I never feel like I'm going to break it. It feels like this could be put in one of those like folding test machines where you do it 100 times. Yeah, it's totally fine. But just don't waste your money. I only wasted my money because you awesome people on Patreon literally pay me money to see these things. So clearly you want to see these, and hopefully that stops you from buying one yourself. Save your pennies. Just save it for a real smartwatch. Get a Samsung, Apple, whatever. Even if it's refurbished, just don't settle for these. They look tempting, but the functionality and the lack of functionality and the non-lack of disappointment, it's just going to throw you for a loop of sadness. Might as well, you know what? I might as well pair this with the little smartphone that we reviewed a few months back with the tiny touchscreen. Oh, the battery's dead. Good.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Huge shout out to the people listed here. These are the Patreon supporters that allow me to keep doing what I do on YouTube. Wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. There's a Discord server in the description if you want to join there. And on Twitch, I stream every week on Tuesday. Come hang out with us.